Hello, this is Tanya with TK Sewing Machine and Repair, and today I have a Montgomery Ward's sewing machine, and I've said it before, I just love these machines for several reasons. One, they make a beautiful stitch, and they're fairly easy to use. This is the first time I've had one set up like this where it has all the cams built in, where you can select your stitches. So I was playing with the stitches and all the cams work. Excuse me, this is front and back of the stitches here. You have straight and you have stretch stitches, and so the guide tells you where this lever is. And this lever can be moved by setting the stitch width to 0, and then you move it to the line where you want to make that particular stitch. And you achieve one of or the other of the stitches by having it set at regular straight stitch or a stretch stitch. And so if you want to achieve the boxes, you set it here, set it to stretch, and then do your stitch width and adjust your stitch length so you get the size box that you want. Where did I do those boxes on here? So this is where the boxes were all the way out, and then I shortened the stitch length and it brought them together, and then I shortened it down to a buttonhole, and they were right next to each other, so that means the stitch length needed to be a little bit longer. But very, very easy machine to use. The spool pins are here on the back, and you can double needle with this machine, which is pretty cool. You have your thread goes through this guide right here, through the tension assembly, underneath the check spring, through your take-up lever, back down, and there is a thread guide right here, and then there's a thread guide on the needle bar. It has a on-off switch right here, so that turns the machine off, including the light, and the light bulb is mounted right in there. What I really like about these machines is that you have the option to make it a drop leaf. No, drop leaf is not the right word. What is this? You can make it a, well, I can't think of the term, but you can drop the table, so then you can do things like pant legs and sleeves and anything small that needs to go around this, and then you never lose your table because it's all attached and it snaps right back on. This machine, you can also drop the feed dogs on it, so that's also a really, really nice feature. So it's a really easy machine to use. This machine is complete. It has been completely tuned up and oiled and cleaned. It was very, very dirty when I got it, but it has been completely cleaned inside and out. So let's do some stitches here. So one of the things that I like about a more modern machine like from this era is that you do have the ability to do stretch stitches. And stretch stitches are appropriate when you're sewing fabrics like knits and t-shirt fabric. And it allows, so the stitch is made in such a way so it allows the fabric to still move. If you use just a regular straight stitch or a regular zigzag, the fabric, when the fabric moved, it would pop the stitch. And so the way the stretch stitches are laid down, it allows the fabric to move and you don't pop any stitches. So let's do just a straight stretch stitch. And the stretch stitch, it moves back and forth. It makes overlapping stitches. And so they're really nice to use on knit fabrics, t-shirt fabrics, and that kind of thing. And then if you just wanted to go back and do a regular straight stitch, you turn this dial to the straight, and then you sew straight. And the other thing I really like about this machine, it has the long stitch, the longest stitch length is really a really long stitch. It says it's 8 stitches per inch, but I really think that you're probably getting maybe 6 stitches per inch. And you also have a built-in buttonhole setting on this machine, and so that's really nice. All you would need to get is a buttonhole foot attachment. This machine's low shank, so feet are really easy to come by. It takes a class 15 bobbin, which is also universal and really easy to come by, and just a fantastic machine. Mostly metal head. The only plastic in this machine is a bushing down on the underneath of the machine, but that is not a worry at all. You know, your gears are all metal, and so that is what is the most important thing. So if this lovely machine ends up in your home, I hope you enjoy it.